So make sure you're sitting comfortably. And I thought today, just as something a little different, we might start with a little laughter yoga. I happened to see a bit of a TED Talk with someone who specializes in that. So it gave me a few suggestions. And it was also a wonderful reminder about how helpful laughter is to our mental and physical being. Even if you fake it until you make it, laughter, even if you're faking, still has the same effect of physiologically stimulating certain hormones and factors in the body that are really, really healthy and promote longevity and good health. So take a moment to just be sure you're sitting comfortably. And take a few deep breaths. You might want to roll your shoulders a little bit, just loosening up, right? Getting ready for this practice. Now, I know coming into laughter yoga, and especially starting the class out with that, may feel a little strange, but let's do a little exercise that I picked up that maybe will help us. So we're gonna just brush off. So just follow along, brush off if any judgment that's sitting on your shoulder, just brush it off, both sides. Those judgments that creep in and tell you, oh, this is a stupid thing to do. Just brush it off, okay? Got that all brushed off? Good. All right. And now spread your fingers, stretch your hands, and follow along. Use your feet too if you feel like it. Add a little sound. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Ah, take a deep breath. Ah, very good. So, bringing it back now. Feel your fingers tingling. So, energy. Moving a little energy just by clapping our hands and making some sound using our deep belly muscles. Okay, so let's try another exercise. Let's physically, in a visualization, you're gonna unzip your brain. You're gonna unzip your head. So from the front and add a little sound going, unzip. And then unzip across the top. And then separate the parts, reach in there, take out your brain, and there it is. Can you see it? Can you see yours? Can you see mine? Holding your brain, and we're gonna scrub our brain from all those crazy thoughts that tell us we're no good or it's not good to do this. So scrub your brain. Oh, oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh, oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh, oh, ha, ha, ha. Ah. Take a moment, just breathe. Breathe in that maybe a little better frame of mind. Good. Let's do one more, because even though we washed our brain, sometimes those judgments and those, oh, whatever, things that inhibit you are in the little nooks and crannies of your brain. So we're gonna floss our brain. So take a nice piece of floss. Okay, got your piece, and we're gonna floss. So here we go. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Big breath in. Ah, just bring in some good strength. And exhale, float the arms down. Ah, and just let yourself know you are safe. So let's breathe in Take a big breath. Feel like I am stronger. You can even say that to yourself. I'm strong. And exhale. Ah, I'm healthy. One more time. Inhale. I am strong. Exhale. Ah, I am healthy. Good. Okay. So just let that percolate inside you for a moment. Rock a little forward and back on your sitting bones. As you weren't moving your feet very much, let's start to wiggle, wiggle side to side. Wiggle by making a circle, the whole torso. Getting some movement from our arms into the rest of our body. And then change the direction of the circles. And come to sit up nice and tall. Shoulders back, chest lifted. I'm going to move the face, so you're going to turn and look to the right and to the left. And go at your own pace, side to side. Just feeling your range of motion today. And then come back to center. Let's lift the chin up. Keeping your chest lifted, bring your chin towards your chest. You can coordinate with your breathing. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhaling up and exhaling, chin to chest. Do that once or twice more on your own. The next time your chin comes down towards your chest, try to lift your chest up towards your chin even more. Feel the stretch in the back of your neck. And then keeping your chin lowered, slide your chin over towards your right shoulder and back down to center and over towards your left shoulder. And then going back and forth. Even as you get to the edges, you can turn ear to shoulder and then turn the chin back down, slide across, and other ear to other shoulder. Make sure you keep breathing. And as always, if anything I guide you in doesn't feel right for you today, you're welcome to skip it or modify or just rest. So let's bring the chin back to the center, chin to chest. Again, lifting the chest towards the chin and then slowly bringing your head upright. And take a big shrug, shoulders towards ears. And exhale, let it go. Again, inhale, shoulders to ears. And let it go. One more time. Shoulders to ears. And release. Excellent. All right, moving into our spinal motion. Try to be a little away from the back of your seat. Feet grounded. Try to have your feet slightly apart, toes pointing forward, knees over ankles. And then we'll take a breath in. And as you exhale, tuck your tail under, pull your navel back. So you're rounding your low back like a C curve, a cat curve. Inhale, sitting up tall. Next exhale, draw your shoulders back and rock forward on your sit bones. You get a little arch in the upper back. And then inhale, sitting up. Exhale, rounding back. Let's do a few more. Inhale, sitting up. Exhale, tilting forward. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, round. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, tilt forward. One more time each direction. Inhaling up. Exhale to round. Inhale up. And exhale, tilting forward. Then come back to center. And then you can hold the left side of the chair with your hand. Sweep your right arm out and up. Just gently circle at the wrist. And then reverse the circles. But extend through your fingertips, straightening the arm. Try not to lift your shoulder. See if you can keep your armpit sucking back a little so your arm stays in line with your ear, not in front of your face. And then reach up and slightly across. Breathe into the stretch from your fingertips all the way down to that right sit bone. Press that hip into the chair as your arm stretches overhead. And breathe. Deep, full breaths. Right, so if you notice you're holding your breath, just take a deep breath in, let it out, come back to natural breathing. Or release the action. Let's all release now, coming back up center. Let's do the other side. Right hand can hold the chair, left arm up, gently circling left wrist, and reversing. And then extend all the way out through your fingertips. Palm is facing your head. Try to relax the shoulder down and back, and then begin to reach closer to your ear, coming overhead, tilting to the right, left, to your right rather. Left arm is extending towards the right side, and your left hip pressing into the chair. Deep, full breaths while you hold here. You can always stop any action before I tell you if you need to. And then let's all come out of this and release the arm. Good. And just give your shoulders a little shrug, a little shimmy. Getting ready for a twist. So let's bring the feet together, knees together. Let's twist to the right. So you're going to slide your right hand back towards the back of the chair, left hand across. Sit up really tall and try to keep that length in your spine, turning from your waist, then your chest, and then your head follows. Looking back over your right shoulder. Take a few breaths here. Keep that left hip hugging into the hip socket. And gently unwind back to center. Good, other side. So left hand can slide back, right hand across. Sit tall, keep the knees gently hugging, and then turn waist and chest, and finally head to the left. And breathe. Think about pulling that right thigh bone back into the hip socket. So your pelvis doesn't turn with your upper body. And gently unwind, come back to center, and walk the feet out a little wider. So we're going to come into this, we're going to come into a forward fold, and there are various degrees of it. So let's start with a little twisting stretch, but we keep the spine fairly long. So you're going to tilt from the hips, bring your right shoulder forward and down towards in between your legs, and inhale, come up. Exhale, left shoulder coming forward and down, and inhale, coming up. First side again, right shoulder forward and down, inhale, coming up, and then left shoulder forward and down, inhale, coming up. Now, we're going to take it into a little deeper stretch. For those who want, this is going to get into the upper thighs muscles, as well as it could affect your back. So if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, you might want to just not overly bend the spine, and not also overly twist the spine. But now we're just going to fold forward. So start in that flat back position, right? And for those for whom it's safe, right? Feels safe for you, you can actually let your arms hang down and maybe even touch the floor. You can keep your fingers on the floor and keep lengthening your chest forward. You'll feel hopefully a big stretch in the leg area. If that's too much, just have your forearms resting on your thighs. And then final stage, again, if it feels right for your back, you can let the back round, let your head hang. Take a couple of breaths. And let's all come up, but pushing away from the floor or from your legs enough to straighten the spine. And we're going to walk over. So once you bring your right forearm onto your thigh, and let's stretch the left arm way out on the diagonal. And release. Switch sides, left forearm on thigh, right arm reaching out on a diagonal. And then back to center. And inhale, coming up to sit tall. A few steady breaths. Just notice how your breath feels in this moment. And then let's move into our sun salute. So I'm going to bring the palms together in front of your heart. We'll inhale here. Let the breath out as a preparation. And then next inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, gently folding forward as little or as far as you want. And as you inhale, come into that flat back. Exhale, just relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, coming all the way up, arms reach overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a full breath in. Let's do that again. Next inhale, sweeping out and up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Go on to the next part. So just first take a breath in. Let it out. And then part two. We'll inhale, arms to cactus. Exhale, tilt to the right. Inhale, up. Exhale, tilt left. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Let it out. Putting two parts together. Inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Let it out. Let's do that part again. Inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath in. Let it out. Going on to the third piece. Inhaling, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide the left hand along your inner leg as you look up. Inhale, come up and switch the arms. Exhale, right hand sliding down, looking up. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Let it out. And from the top, inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide down the inner leg as you look up. Inhale, come up and switch the arms. Exhale, other side, sliding down and looking up. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Let it out. One more time from the top. Inhaling up. Exhale to bow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, right arm up, back of the left hand down. Slide down as you look up. Inhale, come up and switch. Other side, sliding down. Inhale, both arms stretch. Exhale, palms float down to your heart. Let's take one last breath and sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, glide the hands gently down to your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice your breath might be a little faster, your heart might be beating a little faster. Let everything slow down. When you're ready, you can gently release your hands, open your eyes, walk your feet back in towards the center. And if you need to take a little break and lean back in the chair, that's also fine right now as we begin to work on the feet. So that's totally up to you, but don't collapse back. If you're going to lean into the back of the chair, make sure you move your bottom as far back as you can, and then use the support of the chair for a little rest. Okay. We're going to lift just the right foot and gently circle at the ankle. And reverse the circles. And then flex that foot and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. Flex and point. And release. You shake it out a little. Other side. Left foot lifting, circling at the ankle. And reverse. Good, and then flex and point. Flex, toes to the ceiling, point, toes forward. Flex and point, and flex and point. Good, shake that out. Now come a little forward on your chair again if you slid back. We're just going to do something, a little movement for the ankle and the hip. So starting on your right foot, you're going to lift your toes and just tap, right? Little tap, toe taps, working the ankle just by creating this flexion action. Good, now lift the toes, foot stays flexed, and we're going to turn the leg out and back to center. So pivoting on the heel, and you're opening all the way up the leg, right? So make sure your knee moves in line with your toes. But come back to center. Let's do the other foot. So left foot just tapping, working the ankle. You may feel it in the calf as well. Good, and then we're going to tap in and out. So out and back in. Pivot. So there's a pivot from up in the hip. Right? You can't go too far sitting in a chair, but you should be able to feel that action going all the way in the leg, not just moving the ankle. Make sure your knee opens as wide as your toes. And then come back to center. Great. All right. Let's extend, well, let's move on to the hip socket first. So we're going to lift the right leg, interlace your fingers under the thigh. Try to let your leg drop, literally drop down into your hands. So your leg is completely passive. And then your leg's heavy. So use your hands and arms rather than the leg muscles to pull it up enough that you can make some circles, guiding with your hands and arms. So you feel that action up in your hip socket. And then change the direction of the circles. But as you come back to stillness, draw that knee in towards your chest as close as you can. You can keep the hands clasped there or bring them in front of the shin if that's feasible for you. But let's flex both feet. Tuck your tail in a little bit, navel towards spine and chest lifted really high. And breathe. Keeping those abdominal muscles engaged. You can either press the left heel into the floor or stretch your left leg straight out as you take a couple of deep breaths. Full breath in and out. Don't forget the exhale. As important as the inhale. And then let's release. Shake out your hands. Let's do the other leg. You may just feel how there's a difference in the two sides when we've worked one side and not the other. So now we'll even out. Interlace under the left thigh. Try to let the leg drop rather than picking up itself. Use the hands and arms to create this circling, stirring action, lubricating the hip joint. And then reverse the direction of the circles. But draw that knee in towards your chest. Keep the hands under the thigh or switch to clasp in front of the shin. Navel towards spine, chest lifted. So coming forward towards your legs, shoulders back, head high. Flex both feet. Either keep the right heel on the floor, pressing it down, or extend the right leg out. And either way, breathe several deep, full breaths. In and out. Got to get that air out before we can take a fresh breath in. And gently release. Shake out your hands, wiggle your fingers, circle the wrists a few times. Good, and then stretching a little more at the wrist, let's extend the right palm to face the screen, fingers pointing up, and one at a time, just gently pull each finger gently back towards your body. Let the thumb kind of be pulled down. And then turn the palm up, point the fingers down, and with your other hand, draw the fingertips back towards your body. Press the palm forward, arms straight, try to relax the shoulders. And of course, breathe. And release, shake it out. Other hand. So left palm facing forward, fingers point up. One at a time, gently drawing fingers back towards your body. And then thumb pulls down. Turn, palm face up, point the fingers down, and with your right hand, gently pulling the fingers back towards your body. Nice full breath. The stretch in the wrist and the forearm. And then shake it out. Good. Okay, let's move the legs a little more. We did that inner and outer rotation, but now let's take it a little bigger by lifting the right foot off the floor and opening wide to the side, and then lift it and bring it back to center. So open wide and back to center. Open wide, back to center. Once more, wide and back to center. Other side. Open wide, back to center. Lift and open, back to center. Lift and open, back to center. One more time, lift and open, back to center. Good, okay. So coming forward on your chair. So it's really just your buttocks, the sitting bones part of your buttocks is on the chair. Okay. We're gonna open that right leg out to the right again. Try and make sure that your knee is pointing towards your middle toe. Left leg can stay as it is, or another option, which see how this feels to you. If it doesn't, you just come back to this position. You can turn the foot in slightly, inner rotation of that leg, but slide the sole of the foot diagonally out to the left. So it's going to the left and a little bit forward. So the sole of the foot is on the floor, the leg is straight. Lift up through your torso. Let's open the arms out wide. And while we're here, just do a little exercise for the shoulders. Flip the whole arm, so rotate the whole arm in and out. Palms turn down, shoulders roll forward and out. And in, and out, and in, and out. Now this time, keep the chest open and just turn at the wrist, palms down. And then turn your gaze to the right. Keep reaching back through the left arm. So you stay centered, right? Your torso isn't tilting. It's really upright, breathing deeply. And then you can turn your right palm up again. Hold the side of your chair with your left hand. Inhale, lift up that right arm, arcing up a little bit. Feel the stretch down your right side. And next, exhale, bend the right elbow, bring the forearm to your thigh. Shoulders hug back, head in line with shoulders. Sweep the left arm out and up, and let's make some nice big circles with the arm. Moving from the shoulder joint as much as possible. And then pause and change the direction of the circles. Stretch the arm way up. Big breath in and rise back up to center. Good. Bring both legs back to the middle. And we'll get ready for the other side. So opening the left leg wide. If you can either keep your right foot on the floor as it is, make sure the left knee opens wide, or if it's comfortable, if you're sitting at the front edge of the chair, you may be able to turn the right leg slightly inward and then slide the foot or kind of wiggle it out on a diagonal so that right leg is straight, slightly turned in at the foot, but the sole of the foot's on the floor. Chest is open. Once again, let's open the arms wide, palms up. Do a couple of those rotations of the shoulders. The whole arm and shoulder rolls forward and open. Forward and open. Forward and open. And this time, keep the chest open. Just turn at the wrist, palms down. Gaze to your left and breathe. Torso is sitting tall, centered on the chair. And then right hand to the side of your chair, turn the left palm up. Inhale, arcing up. And next exhale, bend that left elbow, bring the forearm to your thigh, hug the shoulders back, head in line, and then sweep the right arm out and up and begin to circle. Moving from the right shoulder. Reverse the direction of the circles. Next time you stretch up, hold there, root down through your feet, and come all the way back up to center. Excellent. Bring the legs back into the middle and breathe. Okay. So let's do our eagle pose. So for this, you're going to cross your right knee, if you can, right knee over left. And possibly, sometimes I can do this, sometimes I can't, but wrap the foot around your other ankle. Otherwise, just hug the legs in close. And if that's too much, you can just cross at the ankle. Okay? The idea is to hug the legs close together, wherever position they're in. Arms open out. And we're going to cross the right elbow under the left elbow as we bring the arms like cactus plants, but crisscross at the elbow. If you're able to, press the backs of the hands together. Keep the thumbs facing your face, thumbs towards your face, pinky fingers away from you. If you can get a clasp on the right thumb with your left hand or left thumb with your right hand, you can do that. Just breathe. Everything's all squeezed in together here. So take a breath. See if you can lift the elbows a little bit higher. Move them just slightly over to one side. Breathe. Come back to center. Move to the other side and breathe. And come back to center. Release just the arms. Keep the legs the way they are. We're going to take this into a deeper twist. So left hand can come across the right leg, right hand moving to the back or the side of the chair, wherever you can reach, and you're going to gently hug the knees with your hand as you twist to your right. Deep breath. And gently unwind, body, unwind the legs. We'll get ready for the other side. Okay, so you're going to cross left knee over right knee if you can, or just ankle over ankle. Hug the legs together wherever they are. Sit up tall. Inhale, the arms go out, elbows bent. And then keeping the elbows bent, bring the left elbow under the right. Crisscross the forearms, keeping the thumbs towards your nose, pinky fingers away from you, fingertips pointing up. Big breath in, lift the elbows up a little higher. And then keep breathing. We're going to bring the elbows over to one side. Take a full breath in and out here. Come back to center. Take the elbows over to the other side. Full breath in and out. And coming back to center, release just the arms. Keep the legs crossed. We're going to bring the right hand across, left hand behind or to the side of the chair. Full breath in to sit tall, and exhale, twist to your left. Big breath in, come back to center, uncross, feet a little wider, and just gently bow forward. Just be part way, coming back to a parallel position once again. Symmetrical, I should say. All right, let's move into a thigh stretch here. So we're going to turn to the right, but stay at the front edge of your chair. So your right thigh is on the chair, and hold the back of the chair with your your right arm. Left leg is just hanging down in front of the chair. Let the knee drop towards the floor as much as you can. So relax the foot and the ankle and breathe. You may already be getting a stretch down the front of that left thigh. You can try increasing the stretch by leaning a little forward and sliding that left foot back farther behind you, toes tucked under. Lengthen the tailbone and draw your navel up away from that front thigh, so you're not creating too much of a low back arch. You can press your left heel behind you, lift the chest a little bit higher, and breathe. Good, relax that left leg, slide the knee forward, and come back to center. Other side. So staying at the front of your chair, left leg turns to the side, the left thigh is along the front edge of the chair, but you're facing towards the left, and letting the right knee just drop down towards the floor. So your whole body is facing to the left. Tuck the toes under. Sit up tall, just feel if that's a lot of stretch for you, stay with that. If you want, try leaning forward slightly and see if that allows you to slide the right foot back farther, toes tucked under. Pause to lengthen back through your tailbone, drawing your navel up and back. So strengthening that low back by using the abdominal muscles. And then sitting up as tall as you can, possibly pressing your right heel back behind you, taking a couple of deep breaths here. And gently relax the right leg, slide the knee forward, turn back to the front of your chair and just pause. So sit back in the chair if you'd like. Let's do a very brief eye exercise, just while we kind of pace ourselves for the last section of class, winding down, but doing some standing poses as well. So just You can focus out in front of you, or you can even do this with your eyes closed. But imagine a big clock face in front of you. We're going to let our eyes travel slowly around the face of the clock. So look up towards 12 and move to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, back to 12, and relax for a moment, close your eyes. And then let's reverse time. So looking up towards the 12 again, and then 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to 12, and drift down to 6. A little vertical line, up and down, just the eyes this time, though not the head, up and down. One more time, up and down. And then look over towards the number 3. And we're going to go side to side between 3 and 9. Notice if your mouth wants to get into the action, your jaw, try to relax your mouth and jaw. Just your eyes moving side to side. And then close your eyes and breathe, letting go. Okay, let's come forward on the seat again. If you want, you can hold the edges of the chair for support. We're going to extend that right leg out with the heel on the floor, foot flexed. Make sure your leg is straight. That's why sitting at the front of the chair is important. Lift up through your chest, and we're going to tilt forward from the hip. Just feel what that's like. See if that gets a stretch in the back of your right thigh. Breathe into it. Good. Release that. We're going to bend the right knee, and this time cross your right ankle over the left thigh near the knee. If that's too much, you can cross more mid-calf. See if you can do one or the other. And wherever your legs are crossed, see if you can place your right hand on the outside of your right knee, left hand on the sole of your left foot. Right foot, foot flexed. Your left foot's on the floor. You're sitting up tall, and you're just pressing your hands gently into that right leg and foot, and maybe tilting a little bit forward for a deeper stretch. Good. Release there. That got into that back of that right hip, I hope. Let's go to the other side. So right foot staying on the floor, left leg extending out first with the heel on the floor, foot flexed, sitting tall, and just tilting forward, staying for several breaths, allowing your breath to ease you into the stretch. Good. And then as you come up, bend that left knee, open it out to the side, and if you can, cross ankle over knee, or maybe just shin, right? Keeping the knee as wide open as you can, whichever position you're in. Right hand to the sole of your left foot, left hand to the outside of that left knee. Take a breath, sitting tall, hands lightly pressing into the leg and foot, foot is flexed, and maybe tilting a little bit forward. And if that's too much, just work on sitting tall and breathing. Deep breath in and out. Good, and then gently release. Okay. Rock a little side to side. And then let's make our way up to stand for a few balance and stretches in a standing position. So walk your feet back a little bit so they're more underneath your hips rather than underneath your knees. And keeping your chest lifted, shoulders back, rocking forward. You can keep your hands on the edges of the seat for support or on the top of your thighs. Try not to let your upper body bow down. So you want to Pull the shoulders back even as you're rocking forward. And when you're ready, just press into your feet and up you come. I will adjust my monitor a little bit. Okay, and come to stand behind your chair. I'm going to move my chair off to the side so you can see what I'm doing, but you can just keep facing the screen with your chair in front of you. Okay, so we're going to start with a little balance. Let's stand on 2 feet and holding the chair, one or both hands, just gently lift your heels and bring them down. So as you rise up, just feel how the weight shifts in your feet. Feet can be a little apart, try to have them parallel. Right? Notice how you may tend to kind of fall forward. So try to lengthen down through your tailbone. Keep weight in the ball of the big toe as you rise up. Up and down a few more times. Good, and then getting ready for chair pose. I don't mean chair, well, let's do chair pose actually to start with. So we're not sitting down, right? But you can hold the chair out in front of you. We're gonna bend the knees, tip the hips back as if we were about to sit down, keeping the chest lifted. If you feel steady on your legs, you can sweep the arms out to the sides. If you want a little more challenge, bring the arms up into a wide V shape. Check that your knees are in line with your toes, middle of your foot, not just the big toe. And then release and come up. Good. All right, now moving into tree pose. Let's bring the weight onto the left foot. Bend the right knee, open it out to the side. You're welcome to keep your heel just against the right heel against the left ankle, and maybe lift and lower the toes to play with your balance here. If it feels okay to keep the toes lifted, slide the foot up along the inner calf. Try to keep your hips facing forward and keep breathing. And then see how steady you feel. If you don't feel steady, keep one hand on the chair. You can stretch the other arm up towards the ceiling or try cactus position for a change. And breathe. And then you're welcome to switch the arms if it feels okay, or just bring the arms down, take another breath or two, and release. Good. Just give a little wiggle. Let's do the other side. So standing on your right foot, bend the left knee, open it out to the side, heel coming along the inner ankle of the right foot, and just lifting and lowering the toes. And if it feels okay to keep the toes lifted, slide the heel up along the inner calf, lift up as tall as you can, chest open, breath full and deep. Keep hugging. Imagine that you were kind of sandwiched between plates of glass a little bit, front and back and side to side. And then play with balance if you want, bringing one hand up into cactus, one arm up. Both arms if it feels good, or just staying with one, or switching to the opposite side as you bring the first one down. So your choice. We'll just stay with the arms down. The key is standing tall, keeping that connection between the leg and foot. And of course, breathing. But let's release. Take the feet a little bit wider. Make a gentle circle with your hips. And let's change direction. Good. Now I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me, but you can, again, you're going to face your chair so you're facing towards me. Bring your right foot close to the chair, bend both knees, and reach your left foot back to a long lunge. So right knee is bent, left leg is straight to start with. We're going to do some little dips. So we're going to bend the left knee and lower towards the floor. Don't have to go all the way down and then come up. So dip as low as it's comfortable for you. Dipping and straightening that left leg. Left knee is bending towards the floor. Right knee stays bent throughout pretty much. Bends a little deeper as the left knee lowers down. One more time. Lowering down and coming up. Good, then stretch that left leg back and try to bring the heel to the floor. Keep your right knee bent. Notice that your body may be turning, your hips may be turning to the left. So you're going to try and face the chair again, pulling that right hip back, pressing the left hip forward. Breathe. You may feel a big stretch in the back of that left calf. Breathe into it. Good. And then lift up through your chest. Now again, option to play with balance here in Warrior One pose. You can lift just one arm. See how that feels. If you feel steady, you can bring up the other arm or bring the first arm down and lift the second. Good. Release the arm, lift the back heel, and step in towards your chair. Okay, let's do the other side. So this time, left foot stays close to the chair. You bend that left knee and take a big step. Walk that right foot way back. Try to keep a little space side to side between the left foot and the right foot. Start with the back heel up, legs straight. Left knee is bent, and then we're going to dip. Right knee bending towards the floor, and then straightening. Bending down and straightening. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. One more time. Bend, straighten. Now stretch and reach through that right heel. Try to bring it to the floor. Feel how your hips will pull to the right. So you want to try and draw your left hip back. Press the right hip forward. So you're facing directly towards your chair. And then again, one arm at a time. So make sure you're lengthening through your tailbone. You don't want to overstrain your low back. Extend one arm up, near your ear if you can. Breathe, chest open, head lifted. And then you can keep that arm up if you feel steady, or just bring that down and lift the other arm. And breathe. Good, lift the back heel and step forward. Take the feet a little bit wider. And let's go through one round of our sun salute. So we're going to bring the palms of the hands together. You're fairly close to the chair. Feet are parallel. You're going to inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. And exhale, bend your knees. Step your right foot back into a lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, step your left foot next to your right. Stretch your hips back away from the chair. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of your feet. Rock forward, hands pressing down into the chair back so you don't push the chair forward. Exhale, hips rock back, downward dog. And inhale, right foot steps forward. Exhale, left foot joins. Inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, hands float down to your heart. Second side. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, long spine, stretch your chest out forward. And then exhale, bending your knees, step your left foot back. Long lunge, inhale here. Exhale, right foot steps next to left, hips reach back. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of your feet, rocking forward. Exhale, rock back, hips back, heels down. Inhale, left foot steps close to the chair, knee bent. Exhale, right foot joins. Inhale, arms reach out and up. And exhale, hands to heart. And breathe. Gently release the hands. Take your feet a little wider this time. So just going to, and let the toes turn slightly out. So we're going to start with a gentle rocking from side to side. Just bending one knee, straightening the other leg. And then bending both knees to this deep, wide leg squat. Go as deep as it's comfortable for you. If you feel steady without holding the chair, bring your arms into cactus. And let's just, for fun of it, do a little lion pose here. So take a breath in, make fists, scrunch up your face, exhale, stretch everything. Ah. Take a breath in, let it go, and release everything. Good. Walk the feet in towards each other. Give a little shake, shake a leg. And let's come and sit down for a little final relaxation. So make your way back to sit on your chair. And let's do a little breathing practice as we wind down. So first, just notice how your breath is flowing. Right? You might have speeded up a little bit during those standing poses. See if you can consciously focus on your breathing, breathing in and out through your nose as much as possible. And making the breath as even as possible. In other words, you can mentally count to whatever number when you inhale and try to have the exhale be the same length. Making both the inhale and the exhale as smooth and flowing as possible. Try to spread the breath out so it's a nice, gentle stream of breath, right? Instead of a gush or a whoosh. So, nice, easy breath in and out. Let your body just begin to relax. So if you can gradually increase the length of your exhalation, that's a good way to help calm the mind and slow the thoughts. We just want to quiet everything down as we come to the end of our practice. And then just let's finish by taking a big breath in, swooping the arms out and up. Exhale, palms coming together, float them down to the center of your heart. Another breath in. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me.
Thank you as ever, Susan.
Yes, excellent.